you like the style, just wear it lah. Wear it to malls. Sweat also tidak apa lah. Tissue je lah.
Itu betul lah.
The same thing I'm sweating right now. But it's for the look lah.
Yeah.
It's for the look. To introduce RYW, I wouldn't call it a brand as mentioned earlier. Okay, my ultimate goal is a select store. Okay, like what I mentioned, what you have. They already have these brands in countries outside, in Taiwan, in Korea, in US, in UK. And
what's the inspiration behind it?
Okay, for the 3D pocket pants, okay, I took the ideas from what Travis Scott wear when he's watching the NBA game at the court side.
Of course, when you hear that, you gotta taken aback a bit lah, right? So how did you see that RYW can fill that gap? That tak semestinya kau pergi kepada thrift. It's not necessary for you to go to thrift, but you can go to RYW, you can get brand new and a good quality.
Yes. Instead of educate, I would say people who support, I really appreciate the support. Okay. I don't have to hard sell my product to people lah.
Assalamualaikum, hi, hello, tajahau, wanakam, welcome back again to another episode of Overload Podcast Malaysia. So we've been missing for a while, we've been taking our break, some of our crews got married and we have our events that we have to settle. So we are back now today and I am very happy to have this guest today with me. So he's a young entrepreneur and he is introducing something new to the Malaysian scene because his vision and his ideas in regards to the streetwear industry in Malaysia is taking from another side of a view. So today I am joined by Ryan, the owner and founder of RYW. RYW, and one of the admin of Malaysia's biggest Facebook streetwear group, Streetwear Malaysia. So Ryan, how are you? And welcome to Overload Podcast Malaysia.
Thank you very much for having me, guys.
Right. Okay. Brian, it's been a while. I mean, we've been contacting for a while, and we're talking through messengers and WhatsApp and everything. So, can you introduce yourself a bit? Your name, your age, and when did you really get started involving in this streetwear industry?
Okay, my name is Ryan. I'm 22 this year, and talking about when I started involved in this streetwear culture, I would say most people got into streetwear because they do sports, basketball, football. But for me, I'm not really a sports guy, and I'm mostly influenced by music, mainly K-pop lah. So from back then, I've been always wanted to dress up like K-pop, dress up nice lah. So I think it's back in 2014 when I was 16, and this pair of sneakers really caught my attention, which is the Nike SB Dunk Northern Lights, the high cut one.
Oh, okay.
It's not that expensive compared to the low one, so it's something within my budget lah. That's why from then I started saving my money for around a year plus, and I finally bought it at resale price around 800 ringgit that time from Frenzy Hoods, which is one of the OG streetwear shops in KL.
Yeah, that's true.
So from there I started being involved in the streetwear culture lah. Then slowly I get to know people from Hip and Hoop, which is a basketball shop in Curve. Okay, I because I was working part-time around there in Curve. So every time during break time after working, I go to this shop, talk to the owner and share things about sneakers lah. And who knows, from there he introduced me to more guys in the streetwear scene. So I worked part-time for another reseller back then, which is not really popular lah, and he went back to his own country already. So I worked part-time for him, like sell things and also help him out in sneaker lah. I think the sneaker lah back then was in Avenue K, the first sneaker lah ever.
outside, right?
Outside,
Yeah.
rooftop.
Yeah, the rooftop.
So
yeah.
that's the first time I been to a sneaker event lah. Then after that I'm also in what you call that? Sneaker something in Summit. What do you call that? Sneakers Park.
Oh, I'm not familiar with that.
Sneakers Park, and then slowly streetwear con.
Yeah, streetwear con. Yeah.
And that's where I started being involved in streetwear scene. And
alright. So when did you from sneakers, right? Basically everybody from that is involved in the streetwear culture, right? Industry. Basically, our story will always start with sneakers, right? And you having the first pair of your pair is the Northern Lights. For your guys, for your information, the Northern Lights for me is still one of the best dunks ever, because the sole is glow in the dark sole.
Yes. It looks like the Air Yeezy 2.
Yes, the Air Yeezy 2.
Yes.
So it's like some kind of like the bling color, right?
Yes, the sole is glow in the dark with the pink color and everything.
It's a very nice shoe, subtle, and for me it should have been rated higher than what it is now.
Yeah.
Right. So from sneakers, how did it become bigger than sneakers for you?
How it mean to me.
Yeah.
So sneaker, no matter what the value a pair of sneaker is, it's how you see the sentimental value in it. Okay, let's say for the Northern Lights, okay, it caught my attention. I've always wanted it. So no matter, okay, it's not that hype that time compared to what you call pigeon dunks, diamond dunks, but because it's really what I want, so it's a sentimental value that matters to me instead of the price value of it. So like my advice for people right now, right, it doesn't matter what value it is, as long as you like the shoe, just wear it style it confidently.
Yes. So when did you know that you want to do more? Not just buying sneakers, or just reselling, but you want to do more to the streetwear industry.
Yes, it's when I started buying more stickers.
Yeah.
So when my financial cannot meet my
needs,
because I'm not from a very rich family. We are comfortable. So but there's no extra cash for me to buy expensive kicks lah. So from there I started to resell a bit here and there. That time was around when the Yeezy rise. The OG Yeezy, the Pirate Black, the Turtle Dove, the Oxford 10, the Moonrock. So from there I resell a bit, and then the V2 came out, resell again, NMD, Ultra Boost. So slowly all the way until now. Basically I started from resell.
Alright, so you started from resell. Okay, now you have RYW. Okay, just a little bit we give a little bit introduction in regards to RYW.
Okay.
So when did you decide truly that RYW and their products the product that you are creating or you have created is the way that you want to go regarding this sneaker dominant industry,
So back then, I did also a few resell of Fear of God pants. Also something like the inspired Fear of God pants. Those that you can buy from Shopee right now. I did that business for a while due to the hype. So when there's need, there's supply. So slowly from there, I started to build my own customer base. I realized pants is what local market is lacking of right now. And I would say around this year, around March, April, okay, when I graduated from uni, okay, so that's where I started to invest into RYW in order for it to become a bigger brand. But I won't call it a brand. It's more my ultimate goal for RYW. It's a streetwear select store, something like what you have in LA, which is minimal and also destructive from UK. And there are a lot of this kind of stores in Korea and Taiwan. So that's what I see RYW in the future.
You want to go to a physical store in that sense.
Yes, physical store.
Okay, so we pull it back a little, okay? So before anything, right? Because nowadays names like Jerry, you mentioned Fear of God, right? So Jerry Lorenzo, Virgil Abloh,
Yes.
Kanye West, Kim Jones, even for Dior, right? Michael Jordan, for example, and Eric Ava, and those kind of people, they are creating new waves of this culture regarding this culture. So as for you, because you and me, we have a gap of 4 years. That might not be
A
big gap, but the mindset and the way we perceive things is very different. Because for me, we came from a time that reselling is what the hell are you reselling, man? It's not a good thing for you to resell.
Yeah.
It's like you are making easy money from reselling, but people around your age is like reselling is the way to go, you know.
Yeah.
So we might have a different a role model that we see in regards to this culture. So who do you look up to in regards to this industry?
If let's say for resell, I really look up to people who are able to bring in a lot of stocks. People who, resell depends on how you view it. Okay, for me, it's business. It all comes down to business.
Yes.
So when there's this demand, there's resell value, and there's supply. If you don't have this supply, you can't meet the demand. That's where reseller came in, to supply to meet the demand. So in terms of resell, who do I look up to? Are people who are really, I won't say totally passionate about sneakers, but those who are able to source a lot of stocks and who are able to sell, who are able to fulfill the demand in local market lah.
So you can you give names? I mean, locally and internationally.
Locally, I don't know a lot of people, but from the people I know, David Chai.
David Chai. Okay.
David Chai of 7KL.
7KL.
Shout out to 7KL.
Yeah.
He's the owner of Streetwear Malaysia.
Alright.
Okay, I would say I really look up to him lah, because he also started from scratch. He started reselling Yeezy back then, and now until 7KL, and also Desmond from the Steel Plug.
Oh yeah.
So I really, instead of look up, I would say I respect them lah, for being resellers.
And because it's like if you follow them, right? Not just David, not just 7KL, not just Steel Plug. Some of these resellers, right? It's like they have never ending stock. Like, you want this shoe? We have it. Give me like 2-3 days, I'll find it for you. Like
full size one.
Yes, and full size. Oh my God, how did you guys do this, right?
They have the Dior Jordan in full size
one.
But they are legit.
Yeah.
They have their own source in overseas lah.
Yeah.
So in terms of resell, those are the people I really respect. And if for who I look up to, I would say, like for local market, people from Prim KL is really Prim KL, Storebox, those the OG ones. So they really they contributed a very big part in the local market.
True.
Without them, there won't be the current sneaker culture in Malaysia. So they really bring up the hype. They really contributed a lot in this culture. Okay,
so you mentioned who you look up to and in regards to reselling and in regards to building up the culture itself locally. So I just remember you said something. So you said just now that you wanted to be more involved in the culture due to K-pop, right? So I heard this is a story that me and Han share a lot, because me and Han
he's also into K-pop.
Since he's also into K-pop, and since I also a bit into K-pop, right? And we were eating that day the other day, and we were talking. Is it true that did you bought like you or your friend that bought the 500 albums for the Blackpink?
My friend.
Your friend,
Not
you,
Not you. He bought 20 one. I bought around 10 albums. I bought 10 Q this How You Like That album.
How You Like That.
In order to maybe I got a chance to get to video call with
Yeah,
them, but I
video
don't
call.
so I bought 10, Hans bought 20,
20.
right? Yeah.
He bought 19 actually. Yeah, he bought 19.
Yeah, and he give away what?
And then your friend bought what? 500?
500.
In order to get that
In
video
order-
call
yes.
with Blackpink.
Yes.
How many minutes was that?
Sorry?
The video call was how long?
4 minutes I think, 3 to 4 minutes.
Oh my god.
But he kena more than one entry, bro.
Oh.
He kena like 3 times.
Oh, so campur jadi main-main lah.
To video call with Blackpink.
Oh my god.
Is a guy from Korea.
Okay. So talking about K-pop, fashion, K-pop goes hand in hand,
Yes.
right? People like GD, like G-Dragon, people like even Jenny, right? Kai, somewhere they are
EXO.
yeah.
If you really want me to say who influenced me a lot,
Yeah.
EXO. Back then in 2013, I think.
Yes.
When Chris wore the Red October's
Yeah.
Air Easy 2.
Mhm.
Okay, that's what started everything for
you.
me lah. And also the Pyrex 23
Yes.
that was designed by Virgil
Virgil,
before Off-White.
So
That's what influenced me.
So you are looking to, okay, you know that us people in Malaysia, right, we cannot wear, for example, long coats. It does not fit our weather, especially because it's so freaking hot here. So how did you go about that? This is not a fashion advice. I don't want to say it's a fashion advice from you, but you are a fashion designer now. You can consider yourself a designer since you are designing
I
your own
manufacture,
bags.
I sell
You
bags.
manufacture and everything. So people are looking up to you. For example, this is a story. Also, again, Hans, shout out to Hans. He told me that he once went to Sunway Pyramid, and a kid came to him and said, "Bro, asal kau pakai slipper?" Because he was so synonym with shoes and expensive shoes and freaking absurd shoes. So when people see him wearing slippers, it's like, why on earth are you wearing slippers? Right. So in regards to you, when you go out, people will always see you as that, okay, dia ni adalah fashion designer. For example, we interviewed Mama, right, the Prim from Prim, and then Fahmi, who's the owner of Abstracts and everything. They have to bring their image to that certain level. So for you, how did you assimilate? The word is assimilate lah. How did you assimilate Korean culture and Korean fashion culture and Malaysian culture to produce you?
Korean, okay, they have 4 seasons.
Okay.
So they don't wear layers all the time.
Yeah.
So they also wear tees and shorts. So, okay, for example, what I'm wearing now, this is a Prada short sleeve nylon shirt. Okay, it's hot, but for me, in order to when you are selling clothing, okay, if you wear slippers, shorts, and house t-shirt, you go to malls, to anywhere, people wouldn't see you as, how to say, a fashion icon. I won't call myself a fashion icon, but at least you must have that look, that vibe, so that instead not for people to follow you, but people will
recognize you.
Something about recognize lah. You get what I mean? So if you say how I assimilate, how I combine is it? Korean culture and Korean fashion and Malaysian fashion. Okay, the weather is different.
Yeah, that's the hardest challenge lah.
Yes, the weather is different. In Korea, you can wear 3 layers, 4 layers during winter. But in spring, you can wear 2 layers. You can wear a t-shirt with a jacket, with a bomber jacket. But you can't wear it in Malaysia. But still, if you like the style, just wear it lah. Wear it to malls. Sweat also tidak apa lah. Issue je lah.
Tutup mata lah.
The same thing I'm sweating right now. But it's for the look lah. It's for the look.
I mean, it's for the look, for the influence, and for the recognition in regards to people know, there are people like this in Malaysia, which values fashion in that sense lah. True. Okay, now moving forward again, we are talking about the market. We talked about resellers just now, right? So when there are the resellers, there are the suppliers. Alright, the suppliers are basically, we can say Nike, Adidas, and whatsoever lah, Converse, and these big brands. So this is a debate I had with a friend of mine quite a lot. He was obsessing that, saying that Virgil and all these big brands and like Off-White, like Fear of God to a certain extent, are taking the market lightly. They are very, in Malay terms is chulas, but in English term is very,
Easy.
yeah, just easy going. You know, there's
Yeah.
no complexity in the
Yeah.
design. There's nothing special. Do you think that's true? As a fashion, as a brand owner right now, right? Do you think it's true?
I think, how to say, I won't say they are taking the market lightly. Okay, it's what they love to do, it's what they want to do. So, for example, LV's latest fashion show, okay, there's criticism saying that Virgil actually took the concept from another designer fashion show. So, how to say, it's like how they implement their own style into their work instead of taking the market lightly. So all comes down to it's a business. Okay, if everyone were to come out with this very own design, it's how to say, it's very, I wouldn't say hard, but I won't suggest going the shortcut as well. But as long as you implement your own style into your work. You don't copy 100%. You take inspiration, take ideas. I think that's good lah.
That's good. That's a
okay.
better way.
That's a better way to present it lah.
Okay, all right. So because like you said, Virgil was criticized, and especially after like I think 5 sneakers that he released that was
From LV.
From
It's
LV,
very
right?
similar to Nike.
Very similar to Nike,
Yes.
right? So macam, my opinion on it is like you are just basically fulfilling what they want, but there's nothing new.
Yes.
And you as a, some for me, I put these designers, right, because I'm not going into high-end fashion. That's my, I'm sorry, no offense to you, but
No, really.
like Prada, Dior, I don't know the designers of that. For example, Kim Jones is a different story because he's very involved with the streetwear culture. But people like Virgil, people like Fear of God, Jerry, Kanye, even Don C to a certain extent, right? They are, I look up to them in a certain way that I expected more. Not that much more, but
something more to their own.
yes. But for example, you remember the off-white Nike shoes that was tributed to the runners?
Yeah.
Remember the tajam one?
Terra
Tiger.
Yeah. I have the black one.
I don't understand. I understand that the concept is to tribute. Yes, I understand that. But why? Why? There's no
new creative idea.
You just take the spikes, ganti dengan plastic, and then you deconstruct it in that. Yes, but there's nothing new at all. So it's taken me aback in regards to how the streetwear creativity goes after this. So this will relate to your question after this, because you are doing a brand in regards to pants, in which is very, 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 for me, technical. It's a technical thing for you to do because it involves a lot of thinking and functionality and designing. How tahan, the durability of it and everything. So we're gonna take a 5-minute break before we go on to your brand and talk deeper about RYW and where we're gonna where RYW will go forward after this. So we're gonna take a 5-minute break, guys, and we'll be back in short. Hello, and welcome back to Overload Podcast Malaysia. So today I am joined by Ryan from RYW, a local Malaysian brand which is picking up steam daily, day by day in the local scene. So, talking about RYW. So we are going to go thoroughly about this, alright? Because I want people to know how important local brands are in the ecosystem of the streetwear industry, especially in Malaysia lah, for the local scene. So can you tell people what is RYW actually?
Okay, to introduce ROIW, I wouldn't call it a brand as mentioned earlier. Okay, my ultimate goal is a select store. Okay, like what I mentioned, what you have. They already have these brands in countries outside, in Taiwan, in Korea, in US, in UK. And I realized these brands in other countries are what it takes for the local people to dress up nicely. So in order for Malaysians to start dressing up nicely, to have a better fashion sense, so these local brands are really important lah in the local scene. So that's where I see RYW now. As for now lah.
Okay. When was RYW officially established?
Around May this year, May 2020.
During the MCO.
During the MCO, I wouldn't say officially launched it, but the main, especially these 3D pocket pants were launched in May. People were able to start buying them since May lah. So the soft launch I would say is around May, and the official launch is July last month. Last month. The official launch including the videos, the pictures and everything. So we are really new. I wouldn't say RYW is really new, but for me, I already have experience in selling clothes, in the fashion, in streetwear. So yeah.
Okay, so just for you guys information, me and Ryan, we shared a booth last year during Sneakerla. He was next to Hype Garden's booth, and at the time I was working at Hype Garden. So at that time I know that he's trying to establish his own brand. I mean, I saw your some of your clothing and apparels that were there, and even though I cannot say that we can say it's not that
well built, well developed.
Well developed, but I think you have a very strong grasp in regards to the foundation of the thing that you want to build, right? Because you are starting to introduce this kind of shirts, this kind of pants at the time, right?
The style.
Yes. Talking about RYW, so you are selling the 3D cargo pants and everything, right?
This is
so,
the main highlight.
Yeah. What or who is the inspiration behind it?
Okay, for the 3D pocket pants, okay, I took the ideas from what Travis Scott wear when he's watching the NBA game at the court side. It's a cargo pants from a brand called Who is Jacob. Okay, it's a brand based in UK, I think. From the owner is called Jacob Kepler or something. I can't remember. Jacob, Jacov. So, okay. The first time I see the pants, it's really nice with the 3D pockets. Even though 3D pockets have already Virgil has already introduced it in LV in their first season, in the vest, in the jackets and everything. So I saw these pants and this guy used the 3D pockets in cargo pants. Okay, it's really nice. I bought it. I bought the pants from their official website, and total it cost around 1.2 to 1.4k shipped to Malaysia. So, okay.
For a pair of pants,
for a
man.
pair of
Oh my god, that's a lot.
It's a lot. Okay, the quality is okay.
Right.
Okay, but it's not really made for Malaysians to wear, especially when it's
hot.
It's all time summer in Malaysia. So I took the idea. I used the 3D pockets. Okay, including the zips. Okay, I handpicked new material which is more suitable for Malaysia's weather. Okay, the brand itself from UK, they use UK American sizing. So it's not really for Malaysians, as you know. We are not that tall. We are not that big in size. So I made these pants in Asian cutting. So we can wear it in our own sense. So that's how the 3D pocket pants is born.
So okay, that's the in regards to the 3D pocket pants. How many products do you? I mean, how many products that RYW is producing right now, manufacturing right now?
For the July collection,
Yeah.
the one that we launched last month, okay, 3D pocket pants, utility nylon cargo pants, a pair of jeans, a pair of trousers, snap nylon cargo pants. I name it snap nylon cargo pants because it comes with
The like the NBA punya
yes,
seluar.
like the side button all the way down.
Ah.
Okay, so it's snap nylon cargo pants.
Okay.
And 2 shorts.
Okay.
And also plain t-shirts and a plain long sleeve t-shirt,
Ah.
a distressed version. So total around 8 products.
8 products, yeah.
And now in the September collection, we are introducing 1 new jeans in flare cut, 1 new cargo pants, and 1 new t-shirt. Total 3
So-
new products lah.
Okay, right now you have 2 collections, July
September.
and September.
Yes.
Do you plan on keeping this up? I mean, not to say it's a bad thing, but are you planning to release it on a bi-monthly basis or monthly basis or how?
For now, it will be around 2 or 3 months in between new releases. So the next release will be in November, right before year end lah, right before Christmas, right before New Year. So in November we will be releasing another new collection with a bigger range of new designs and products. There will be new cargo pants, new jeans, new t-shirts, and also a sneak peek to people who supported RYW all the way. We will be also releasing a limited edition cargo pants. Okay,
It's like a friends and family lah.
not like a friends and family, but it's more of first come first serve.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But it's a limited.
It's unlimited. It will be released to the public.
Yeah.
Okay, but the design itself
It's very limited.
It's very limited. I wouldn't mass release it to the public to keep its exclusivity.
Yeah.
That's where we are going.
Okay.
To lah.
Put that on hold. Exclusivity. We'll talk about exclusivity later. So, talking about all these products, right? You are releasing, let's say bi-monthly, like 2 or 3 months gap between the collection, right? Isn't it tiring? I mean, I'm just trying to venture a bit in regards to fashion, right? But you have been doing this, I mean, prior and now you are doing it. Isn't it tiring trying to find new ideas daily, you know?
For me, it's okay because I'm into streetwear and fashion myself, so I've always had all these ideas in my mind. Okay, it's like why I started RYW is also because you can't find this kind of pants in Malaysia. Okay, I want to find this kind of pants, but I go to H&M, I go to Zara, I go to Topman, I go to Pull&Bear. I can't find the specific design I want and the cutting I want. So I started to design, to pick my own kind of cutting and to manufacture. Okay, first you start off with one sample. So from the sample, you go on, you make slight changes, improvements in order to have the final product. So that's how I keep all the ideas, keep having new ideas lah. Well, I wouldn't say it's tiring, but how to say, you have to prepare lor. Like a few months, like okay, for the November release, I've started preparing it now, and for the September I've started preparing it since July. So it's like 2 months before a new collection come out, you must start.
True. Okay,
preparing.
because this is in relation to I watched a documentary regarding Fear of Gods. Their collection, they never followed the calendar, you know. So for example, LV, like Supreme has their fall winter and then spring summer, and then same goes to all the big brands. But Jerry has the mentality or has the attitude of fuck it, I'm going to release it when I want to release it. So and the name also is like so simple: first, second, third. Now it's 7, I think. Right. So that's why I asked in regards to your collection, how do you plan it? I mean, in regards to releasing it and the ideas that are coming from behind it. Okay, so talking about this, RYW, how did you realize that RYW is a necessity? I mean, I don't want to say it's a necessity in Malaysia, but how do you see?
How do you see pants
I don't
is
want
a
to say
necessity?
pants. I don't want to say pants because, for example, people like me, I enjoy wearing Uniqlo punya
Pants.
stretch punya pants sebab sejuk,
Uh-huh.
selesa, not so nak cakap murah tak murah lah, but it's still affordable.
It's still comfortable.
Yeah, comfortable. So how did you see? Because some people might argue that if you compare it to Who is Jacob, of course it's expensive. But you compare it to normal cargo pants, it's a bit expensive. It's like $189.
You compare to what you can get from thrift shop.
Yeah. So it's like $189 and like 30 ringgit,
Yep.
right? So, of course, when you hear that, you gotta take it back a bit lah, right? So how did you see that RYW can fill that gap? That tak semestinya kau pergi kepada thrift. It's not necessary for you to go to thrift, but
Yes.
you can go to RYW. You can get brand new and a good quality pants.
Yes. You mentioned good quality.
Ah.
That's one of my selling point lah. Good quality. Okay. You paid $189 for a pair of cargo pants.
Okay.
But for 10 out of 10 of my customers, the moment they get it, they are really happy. They say they give me feedbacks like, oh, the quality is really good. They fit really nice. They thank me for the good sizing recommendation. So it's, I wouldn't say, okay, if I sell my pants for 39 ringgit today, would you buy it?
No.
You would people, okay, there are people who suspect, oh, this one so cheap quality memang
Material dia memang out lah.
memang
macam
out
tu
lah.
lah.
So some people will define the product from the price.
Yeah, true.
So for me, instead of defining the product from the price, I set the price point. Okay, all my products will be below 200 ringgit, except for the exclusive one that I mentioned. The one will be slightly higher than 200 ringgit. But most of my products will be around 169 for pants, 169 to 199. Okay, it's really what it really worth what you pay for. Okay, that's how I see RYW in terms of how to fill in the gap you mentioned.
Yeah.
Okay, it's worth it. The quality is what you pay for. 189. I remember there's one time one customer came to me and say, he bought these cargo pants from Pull & Bear or Zara for 200 plus ringgit, and the quality is not really good. One wash, habis, the color fade and things. That's where I see for my pants, 189. You buy these cargo pants, you go back, you wash a few times, you wash many times, the quality will still remain.
Okay, alright, I understand that. I mean, you fill that gap by providing quality. Even though the price is a bit high, but it's worth with what you are paying, right? Okay, alright. So, this is, I think this is quite a bit of a sensitive question, but from where do you mainly source your item?
Yes, okay. For where
Material
I manufacture material, okay, you can't buy this material locally.
Okay.
Especially nylon.
Yeah.
Okay. The materials are mainly from Bangkok, from China, from Hong Kong. That's where fashion is really a thing in these countries. So that's why when there's demand, they have supply of this kind of fabric. So those are the countries where I bought my raw materials. But I mostly manufacture my pants locally lah, except for the very complex one. Okay, they are manufactured in other countries because local manufacturer they prefer not to do pants this complex because they say it's very troublesome. Okay, they have their own job already. If they were to accept my request, my job, they say it's better they continue with their current job instead of taking in something more troublesome. That's what I realized after surveying so many manufacturers locally lah.
Because the manufacturers and the tailors now, they don't prefer cut and sew. They really dislike if you come out with an idea like, oh, we want to do cut and sew. It's like, tak nak, we don't want to do it, right? Because it's so much hassle for a pair of pants or pair of t-shirts, a piece of shirt. So, true. So it's understandable because quality doesn't derive from just the nation, where the materials come.
Yeah.
It's from you yourself, the designer, what you want to achieve from the brand. So what's next for RYW? I know that you put it like you want to open your own physical store, right? In the near future, right? But let's say like that plan, I put it like 5 years from now, right? 3 years from now, right? But now, like 1 year or 2 years from now, where do you see RYW, and what do you want to do with RYW?
So we'll be doing a website soon.
Mm.
So for a website, it's not mainly a web store. It's a catalog for people to browse products, to have a look at more detailed pictures, and also to learn the sizing measurement and things lah. So that's why I'm planning on a website very soon. And also talking about physical store, instead of 3 years of now, I'm planning to open one when the pandemic is over lah.
Wow, that fast!
As soon as possible lah. Because it's not really a physical store. Instead of
Pop-up store, is it?
it's not a pop-up store. I would say it's like a showroom.
Okay.
So because I always have customers asking me, boleh COD ah? Do you have a
I
shop?
understand,
Do
yeah,
you have
yeah.
a shop? Can try on ah? So to answer these questions, a physical store is really necessary lah.
True.
So it's more like an office.
Okay.
It's like half office and half showroom. So people can drop by to pick up their orders. People can drop by to have a look at the products, can try on. It won't be in malls. It won't be in crowded
places,
areas,
yeah.
but it will be somewhere in Selangor lah.
It's like something like Abstract Max did. Yeah, if I don't know whether you have the opportunity to check out the episode or not, but when we shoot that episode with Fahmi, it was shot at Cyberjaya, nearby Cyberjaya. So during our shoot, there was a senam aerobic session outside.
Oh, so it's noisy.
But it's quite noisy, but we can hear it clearly, but it was not caught by the mic. That's no problem. But the thing is, in regards to Fahmi shop, it is especially it's like 100% what you said. There's his office there, behind was his office, but in front was his showroom. All his stock was stayed there, was put there. All his collection was showed there, and you can come and try. But you need to call first lah. But because it's usually he's travel here and there, right? So that's a good idea. For me, local brands should do that. Unless you have a big budget, for example, like Stone, like Cream, like Super Sunday, right? They have a big, yes. In the future, yes, you may have your physical store, but in a startup sense, I mean, RYW, if you do something like that, I think it's a very good, because seluar dia bukan macam baju. Dia macam seluar, you tak muat tu.
So memang people have to touch first,
yes,
have to see first, have to have to measure around
everything, right? So for example, like me, when I bought your pants, right? I don't know. I don't even know what size am I, right? So I just ask you, bro, size apa? And then you said XL. But then when you come, you say double XL. It's better, right? It's a good thing, right? Memang sebab I memang fit double XL, right? But maybe someone else might not enjoy those kind of things, right? They have to macam tak nak lah beli kalau tak dapat
they
try
want
dulu.
measurement,
Yes.
they want to measure.
Sometimes measurement also is not that correct.
Because especially for my cargo pants is baggy,
Yeah.
it's straight cut, so it's really hard to measure compared to your daily pants. So usually people come to me, I would just ask them for their berat tinggi and waist size. So I can tell lah from their
agak-agak
measurements. Not agak-agak, I would say I'm 95% accurate. Otherwise, I will ask for their pictures. I will ask if they have bigger tights or thinner tights to know more about their size lah. But so far I didn't receive any complaints about size, especially when people say they prefer a larger fit. So I do exchange for them lah. Like their size is actually S, but when they receive, they say they prefer a looser fit, which is M size. So I say you can drop by my area, then I'll change for you lah.
That's good lah, right? Okay, so setting aside the physical store, right? What's your biggest challenge in doing RYW?
So far, I would say I don't really have a big challenge. Right?
Because like, okay, for example, I give you a challenge like when I interviewed Brian CCT, right, from Hype Garden, his main
I know what bigger challenge. I'm sometimes afraid people wouldn't like my new collection lah.
that anxiety,
Yes,
that feeling,
yes,
right?
because okay, the 3D pocket pants did well in Julia collection. The cargo pants also did well. The one you bought also did well. The shorts also did well. So for September, I'm releasing a new jeans and a new cargo pants. Before the release, while I was preparing, I was afraid lah. People wouldn't prefer a slimmer cut of cargo pants because new cargo pants is more to
Besar.
slim cut. Slim cut.
Slim cut, yeah.
Slim cut. So surprisingly, when I soft launched it a few days ago, the reaction is really good. There's more people telling me, wow, this cargo pants is the best one in your page right now. So I really feel happy after listening to the feedbacks. So I would say this is one of the challenges so far.
So you don't really have a challenge in regards to reaching out to people in selling your product? Because like what Brian mentioned to me before,
people wasn't
educating people.
Yes.
It's very hard.
Yes.
So how do you went about that? Because you are young, right? You are young, and your brand is young. Even though you have it's new, right? You even though you have friends, for example, like David Chai, in which of course we as friends and people who know you from back then for a long while, we of course will support. Of course we'll support. And local brands, something about Malaysian local brands, we don't pull each other down. We pull each other up, right? Even though we have bad blood and everything, we gotta say, okay, this is a good product. This is not. We give an honest opinion about things, right? So how do you educate people like that?
Instead of educate, I would say people who support, I really appreciate the support.
Okay.
I don't have to hard sell my product to people lah. I would say from last month, since the launch, people who buy from me are mainly from word of mouth. Okay, like this customer, he buy from me, he share to his friends and family. And during Haji, a lot of my Malay friends, my Malay customers, they buy from me. They go back to kampong, they share to the friends, they take outfit picture, and from there, more people come to me. So my way of marketing is not hard push. It's like, okay lah, just follow the flow. People who likes it will come. People who doesn't, I still welcome them. Okay, they can still buy from me anytime in the near future. Like if they don't like the design now, okay, you can still follow me. Okay, I still welcome you to have a look at my page. You can buy anytime because we won't stick to the old design. We will come up with all new designs.
Innovation.
Innovation. So that's my way of selling lah. It's not hard selling. It's more to exclusivity and premium lah.
Okay. Okay. That's all and about RYW. Okay, so because for me, people might feel a bit pelik ataupun strange for me to interview such a new brand, young brand like you, right? So like RYW,
I appreciate it,
right? But for me, I don't care how young you are, how young your brand is, how new your brand is. I don't care. But for me, what's important is that you are bringing something else to the streetwear industry. For example, okay, everybody can do a shirt. Okay, everybody semua boleh keluarkan baju. But let's say, for example, what Prim made from their shirt, what Abstract made from their shirt, it's a different story altogether, in which people appreciate it and people are looking forward to it and that is what builds the culture, right? Because for me, this kind of brands are the brands that should be highlighted, right? So when I went about, because I was kind of hitting a wall juga lah, nak panggil siapa kan, and I came across your brand, right? I know that RYW is there since I think since June. I saw your Instagram ads lah, post, right? And I was talking to Brian as well, and then it hits me. Okay, here's a new brand. How about we put it on the map? Like telling people, Malaysia put ada nylon cargo pants and this kind of pants with this kind of quality at a very good price, in which people should know about this. For me, there's no such thing. If you know, you know. I hate that I hate that mantra. I hate that kind of principle. If only you know, then you know, right? So there's nothing about that.
Yeah,
if you know, you have to share about it so that people can also get access to it.
Yes.
Unless it's a reseller connection, you lain cerita lah kan. But this kind of good product, it should be shared lah. Alright, so now we're talking about. Earlier I mentioned that you are one of the admins of Streetwear Malaysia, right? So Streetwear Malaysia, for you guys, if you guys haven't joined, you can join on Facebook. It's the biggest Malaysian streetwear group presently, right? So as an admin, how do you feel like you joined as an admin, especially at a very young age, right? When did you join as an admin?
I was a member of the group until 2019.
Okay.
After David took it over.
Okay.
Because I'm his friend.
Okay.
Actually, he pulled me into the streetwear scene as well.
Right.
I was his customer back then, and slowly we became friends. And he took over Streetwear Malaysia.
Right.
So he sent me as an admin for me to help him out in the beginning stage.
Alright. So since becoming an admin, or since becoming a member since you became a member first, right? How much do you see that this kind of group, not just Streetwear Malaysia, all the other groups as well, right?
Groups,
develop and affect the streetwear scene in Malaysia?
Okay. Actually, if you observe, right, out of 10 people in Malaysia who are into streetwear, I would say only 3 of them know these FB groups exist. Know that you can buy things from these groups. Most of them are mainly buying from Instagram, from resellers they know. Like for example, back then you will find things on Carousel, on Muda, and slowly you will find things from Starbucks.
Yes.
I bought things from Starbucks before. I sold things on Starbucks before as well. That's where you shop in the past lah. But for now, people are more on Instagram. So streetwear group, how it contributed to the scene, right? How it developed
the scene.
I would say it's also a very important part, because people in there are not only buying and selling. Some of the groups, they share knowledge, they share opinions on the trend, on new releases. Like I wouldn't say which group lah. Sometimes they will do like review on new shoes. What do you think about this shoe coming out? What do you think about this brand doing? So I think it's a very important part of the streetwear as well, for people to know more, to learn more about streetwear in a bigger term, not only in Malaysia but in overall term. So it's crucial. I would say streetwear groups in FB and the local market, they are co-responded.
It correlates to each other.
They correlate with each other, yes.
Okay, alright. So it's true because for example, right, in some of the groups, the shoes that are selling in the groups are like gems. For example, last 2 days I think I was scrolling the group, right, and there was a guy who was selling near VNDS Chicago Off-White Chicago's, and then
NRG as well.
NRG,
I think
and
I know who.
and then the fragments as well, right? Ben Siu, I think is the name. So shout out to Ben Siu.
I think he's from Singapore. Or
I think
JB.
so because he was funding for his own money lah. So truth be told, for me, if I'm not in those groups, I will only see StockX to buy those kind of shoes, because only on StockX or Good or Stadium Goods or those kind of places you can find this
high level
grails rare and grail shoes. But in actuality, even earlier this year, there's somebody selling the Eminem Carhartts. I was like, what the hell? That shoe costs you a car, man. Right? So it proves that in Malaysia, there are people in Malaysia. that deserve that attention and
appreciate streetwear.
yes, and appreciate sneakers in
Most
that
of them
level.
are in these groups.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is the groups are where you find all these groups.
Mhm.
Like few months ago, Julian
Julian
Leong,
Leong.
he posted up
The
10 pairs of
10
red
pairs of
lobsters.
lobsters.
Right.
I
It's
texted
from,
him after that. You know?
Yeah, it's from another collector, I think.
Yeah.
And yeah, he posted it in the groups.
Yeah.
So you see, you can find all these gems in the streetwear
In
group.
streetwear group.
Mm.
All right. So talking about still relating to streetwear in Malaysia.
Mhm.
What are your opinions on the current trends in Malaysia? For example, of course, SB Dunks. SB Dunks is a trend that
Emerging right now.
that is hitting not just Malaysia but
Yeah.
worldwide.
Yeah.
Right?
Even myself.
Yeah, and truth be told, it's absurd because this is a story. Brian, you should vouch for me for this, Brian CCT. I told him last year. I think next year SB Dunk jadi mahal. I told him, and I bought the red lobsters and the purple lobsters from good use like 9.7, 9.8 in the condition for 1.6k.
Still.
Freaking steal, right? And then I sold it back for 1.8k to a guy in Penang.
Okay.
Right. And after that, I was thinking, should I buy more? Should I just stock it and just stock it now and flip it later? I was thinking about that, you know. And then
Suddenly Travis Scott,
and it was like 4 months or 5 months of people
AJ first, Jordan.
like
Jordan,
tak
slowly,
bergerak. Suddenly, boom.
boom.
When did Travis first wear the Stussy?
To
The
see them.
Stussy
I bought
cherry.
it. I bought it.
Oh my god,
I bought one.
that is one of my biggest regret. I didn't
Back then
bought
it's
it.
around 2K.
Below
Below
2K, 3K maximum lah. Suddenly, bum.
10K.
Now, 10K.
DS 12K. I bought a used pair for around 7.5 out of 10 condition for 5K. 5K. Pink box. The box is still
It's still
pink.
pink,
The lace is still in the lace bag. Everything new. So yeah, even me I'm into the SB.
So, do you think it's a healthy trend? For me, it's absurd because for example, I always lepak dengan budak-budak pre-brand. They are skaters, so they are into SB Dunks at that level, you know, right? At that level, so they always say, malas aku. Even the Syracuse, the St. John's, right? It costs you like 1.5, 1.8, 2K now, right? So and the quality is bad, man.
It's 349 ringgit retail, bro.
Oh my god! So it's not a healthy trend. Sorry, it's not a healthy. For me, it's not a healthy trend. But for you as an admin, do you see it's a good way or a good?
It's because of the hype lah. Anyhow,
you think it's gonna sustain for a while?
For a while until a new trend came out. Like the other day, I saw a post on FB in one of the group. People are talking about what do you think about Kanye West in Adidas, who brought up the Boost, and also Travis Scott and SB Dunk. So I read through the comments. People are saying Kanye is innovation. He is innovative. Travis Scott is just custom. He just take what Nike has, the SB Dunk,
and brought it back to life.
Brought it back to life and turn it into his own shoe.
Yeah.
So for Kanye, it's really something new. Before Kanye, you can't see Boost.
True. That's true.
Yeah.
The Ultra Boost. When he
Boost.
wore the Ultra Boost
Yes.
on stage, right? It's
Yes.
like, oh my god.
Then he uses the Boost and turn it into Easy Boost.
Easy, yeah.
So that is innovation. So if you ask me where I see SB Dunk in a year or 2 years time, I think it will die out.
But
I
the
would say
price
soon,
won't go down.
Because SB is still classic. If you see the diamond dunks,
Yeah.
the pigeon dunks,
Yeah.
the
pigeon
Paris
dunks.
dunks,
Yes.
the city pack
City
dunks,
pack dunks.
those are 30, 40, 50K. So I think the value will be there, but the hype will die out very soon until something new came out.
Yeah. So what do you think is the new trend? Just a rough guess. I have mine.
I don't know, man.
For me,
I don't know, man.
I can say gel light trees are picking up steam back again.
A6.
A6, yeah. A6 electrics are picking steam a bit.
A bit
But-
lah. The key
Yeah, because
because of strong water spoon.
the strong water spoon, yes, true. Alright, and then the A6 also, the New Balances also are picking up steam, but New Balances they don't have any hype behind them.
That's something going on right now.
Mm.
As you can see, between the collaboration of W Tabs
Mm.
and New Balance,
Yeah,
the
that one.
JJJ Jown and
New Balance, right?
he did this off. I think I pronounced it wrongly.
JJJ Hound, I think.
It's 4Js or
Yeah,
5Js, I don't know.
yeah,
The
tak apa lah.
those collaborations go up to 4 and 5K,
Yeah, yeah.
and also the Madness New Balance collab. It's the trend now. It's the trend going on with the SP Dunk, but it's two different style.
It's a different taste altogether.
It's a-
Alright, so I think that's it from us today. So to conclude, Ryan, do you have any? Can you tell us what are the future plans? Just in short, what are your future plans for RYW and what do you hope to see in the near future for RYW?
For before 2021, I really hope my page will reach 10K followers lah. 10K
Hopefully.
followers.
Alright.
Hopefully,
Alright.
yes. With all the collaborations and thanks to Overload Podcast for having me today. I think I can reach 10K followers.
Hopefully.
It's my nearest goal
Alright.
for this year, and also a website for at least for this year lah.
Alright.
Mm.
Okay. Alright. So that is all from us today. So I thank you again, Ryan, for joining us and taking your time, your busy schedule. I know it's very
fine,
very
it's fine.
very
It's
busy
fine.
for you as a designer and
I
everything.
appreciate it.
Right. So he's Ryan. I'm Firman. We're gonna see you next time on Overload Podcast Malaysia.